Hi babies, welcome back to another episode of the Penthouse. Today we have a very special guest, Miss Diarra Sylla, my international pop star baby, who is now actually a solo recording artist. So welcome to the Penthouse.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, yeah, I'm like, okay, so all the formalities are out of the way, and I just want to have this interview because when I met you, I was already like inspired by your energy. I thought you were a fabulous human. And then I found out how old you are. And I was like,
She was like, what?
Yes, I'm like, hold up. This girl is young, but still like carrying yourself in like a really, really awesome way. Yeah. So I wanted to have you on and just have you like share with everybody else your journey.
That's really nice.
Awesome.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. First of all, I love your house.
Thank
it
you.
Smells so good in here. I could
What
live
does it
here.
smell like?
It smells like something you want to eat.
Oh,
like it
okay.
just, you know, like some sweet you would like to eat.
There we go.
So
It's my holiday scent.
I would live here.
Yeah,
I promise.
You can live wherever you want. I'm like, you can come over whenever you want.
But yeah, you're beautiful as well,
you.
and I would love to know more about your journey, and that's the reason why I'm here, because I'm
Stop
curious.
It. Stop it. Literally, I'm supposed to be interviewing you, and she's like, tell me more. I love that.
But yeah.
The first thing I want to know, which actually I don't even need to look at it to tell me. I want you to tell people about your story, because doing my research, I obviously saw that you are a first-generation American. You started off in Senegal. Wait, you were born in
I was born in Paris.
I'm doing good. Okay. You were born in Paris, but you are born and raised in, you were raised in Senegal. And your family actually didn't want you to do music.
No.
And then you were like, I'm doing music.
Yep.
So tell me a little bit about your journey to get to where you are today.
Okay, so my journey is a quite crazy journey, but I'm gonna start with, you know, who I am as a person. I'm a Muslim.
Okay.
My name is Diarra. I'm 19 years old, and yes, I was born in Paris. I grew up in Paris a little bit, then I went to Senegal with my mother, which, you know, I lived there for years, and being in the music industry is not really the big deal over there, so my parents were more like, oh, I want you to study, I want you to be a president, I want you to be like in the government and stuff, and I was just like bored. Like, that is not what I want to do. I do not want to do that.
Yes.
So, you know, I kept believing in myself, I kept dreaming, and the whole entire time, my mom never heard me singing. You know what I mean? So I would sing in my bathroom, in my room. I would sing at school the whole entire time when we have like concerts and everything. But then one day, this show happened in Senegal, which was The Voice. And it has another name over there, which is West Africa. So the name was Sen Pachigale. So the selection was quite funny because my mom was like, I do not want you to go over there. She bought me a flight ticket to Paris just so I can miss the auditions and everything, which I actually ended up missing the flight to Paris to go to the auditions.
Priorities.
So I did go, and then everything went well. They chose me first sight. I went to the house. It was just like, it was quite a good experience because we were a lot of kids over there. We were 17. And each weekend we sing live on a roll mic and like a whole orchestra and everything. And they cut off 2 to 3 people to go home. So you get to build
like elimination.
Exactly. So you get to build relationships with people, friendships and everything. And at the end of the week, you're like, they might go home, or I might go home actually, which was a really, really tough road. And you know, I had the chance to actually made it to the finals. My mom right there and right then and there was like, okay, now I get it. Now this is, you know, and then she started being my #1 fan, you know, supporting me through the whole process and everything. So I won the competition, and then from there, my life just went to from 0 to 100. Like, I woke up one morning, had an email from XIX where they were telling me that they were having auditions in my country for this huge pop group, this and that. And I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Like, me? Are y'all serious? So I went to the auditions and everything. Same thing, a lot of girls, a lot of boys, all of them so talented. And they chose me to represent Senegal and all Africa, a whole continent.
But even this, like, okay, so first of all, I have chills already, just because this is, you're right, like, this is a crazy story.
Yeah.
And I just want to know, how did you know that you were good?
Girl,
No, because I want to know. Because I'm like, I'll be singing in the shower too, girl. But I don't know.
Here's the
like,
thing.
how did you know?
Here's the thing. It's not even I knew that I was good. It was more like I just have so much confidence in myself, which I thank God for, because nobody really taught me like how to have confidence in yourself. You know what I mean? Growing up, I was like living, you know, without my parents, basically, because my mom was traveling a lot. My father never been in my life, so you know, I was going from home to home in my family, basically, and you know, you're never better treated than when you're with your parents.
Of course.
So I had to learn a lot of things by myself. I had to learn how to be a woman. I have to learn how to be mature. You know, I've been my own lawyer, my own, you know, just I've been by myself. Exactly. And so I had to learn those things because I always knew that I wanted to make it. And, you know, in order to make it, you got to go through those things. And it was hard, I'm not going to lie.
How'd you do it?
Girl.
No, really, because people need to know this. And it's crazy because you're young, but even people that are older than you struggle with this. So teach the people how this confidence came to be.
Well, the confidence came to me as if it started off with me having zero confidence at all. Like, I was bullied at school. Ooh, so bullied.
I bet they mad now, sis. They mad.
I was so bullied at school. I was bullied at home. I was basically like bullied everywhere. And it was just like, it went from me being tired of just being the victim and crying and just like, you know, putting everything on people. And I was just like, wait a minute, why am I allowing these people to make me feel this way? Why am I allowing these people to have this much impact on me? You know what I mean? And then the day I thought of that was the day I literally changed my life. And I was like, I'm so glad I knew about this thing so young, because a lot of people just realize it later on in their life. You know what I mean? And when that happened, girl, I'm telling you, I was going through everything and just everything was just opening up in front of my eyes like this. And I was just like, wow, like, you just need to have confidence in you. That's pretty much it. That's the key to everything, confidence.
And just like manifested it.
And just manifested it. Like, you can be the less confident in the room, but when you come up with it, girl, on your face, you get it. You get it. That's it.
Random, but what makes you happy? And don't say singing, because I know singing makes you happy.
Girl.
But what makes you happy?
Food.
Okay, good. Tell me about it, because I love food.
I love food.
What we be eating, girl?
Girl, everything. I love food. I love trying new things. I love flavors.
What's your favorite?
Okay, so before I started trying to be vegan.
Oh, yes. Okay, come on. I got you. Okay,
so before I started trying to be vegan, of course, chicken was my favorite. I could eat chicken for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. But then I was like, you know what? I'm in LA. There's so many vegan spots, and they are so good.
What's your favorite?
Ooh, sugar tacos.
Sugar tacos?
Ooh, girl.
Okay, actually, I have
their
heard
burritos.
Of sugar tacos.
Girl, you need to try that. So good. They deliver. You can go there. I mean, now they don't do dining no more.
Of course. Your style. You already know you're a baddie, but on Instagram, I see your style changing constantly. There's colors in the hair, there's braids, there's wigs, there's everything.
Yes.
Where did that come from, that expression?
So, you know, there's a lot of people have their ways of expressing themselves. For me, I love expressing myself through makeup. Sometimes you'll see me do a cute eye makeup, and then I'll have a small heart on my, you know, here, or like, you know, a small stars, like, or tears dropping or whatever, and then my nails always graphic on it. This is just kind of how I like expressing myself sometimes, but then sometimes I get bored of it, and I'm just like, let me wear a wig a little bit. You know.
A little, you know,
but then, and then sometimes I'm just like, I want to have my little puffs, just my natural hair, you know. At the end of the day, I just love trying new things every day. So I still am figuring out, you know, what kind of style I want to go for 100%. But I know for a fact that I love fashion. I've been drawing clothes and outfits ever since I was 6 years old. So I'm really, really, really into fashion, and I love, love, love clothes and outfits and makeup and everything that's just glam. I just love everything, girl. Everything.
So your faith is important to you, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So where do you feel like your faith played a role in, you know, your success?
Yeah. So I hear that question a lot, actually, because when people look at my social media or when they, you know, just meet me or everything, they be like, oh, you're Muslim? Like, it's just not easy to just know about it because of the way I carry myself, the way I dress and everything. But, you know, I'm a very spiritual person.
Yes.
I pray a lot. You know, I believe in God. I talk to God a lot as well because I just believe that God carried me to this journey.
Yes.
Like for me to go from a Presque Island, you know, a peninsula.
I saw.
You know, like a very small country. Not a lot of people know about Senegal. And, you know, I flew all the way to LA and I'm doing what I'm doing. You know, I have so many people on social media who love me, like for who I am.
Yeah. A lot of this stuff that we're talking about, you're navigating these waters and you're navigating them at a young age and you're navigating them pretty much alone. Like I know that you have an awesome management team. I know that you were, you know, formerly in the group, now united, and now you're venturing out on your own.
Yes.
But let's talk about the emotional pressure of being an artist because I'm sure you went from no followers to now you got 3 million, girl. And I'm sure that, you know, being in a group, international group, and you were the only woman of color or African, you know, descent in the group, there had to be certain pressures that came along with the spotlight. So tell me about those.
Well, you know, only thing I can really say about that, because I don't really want to get deep into that subject at all, or I would say I am not really ready to get deep into that project because I really want to be prepared before, you know, even coming out about that situation. But one thing I would say was that, you know, I was proud being the only Black in there. Because I was standing up.
Yes,
period.
Representation. Yes, as you should.
Yeah, so I was standing up. I had a lot of support, a lot of hate as well, because you know a lot of people don't understand that you don't choose who you are. You don't choose your color. You don't choose. You know, if everybody was just to choose who they are before they're born, then I think a lot of things will be weird in this life. You know what I mean? And not to say that I'm not proud of who I am. I am really, really proud of being Black. But sometimes it's just confusing when you see people saying some type of stuff about you because of how you look. You know what I mean? So, but those things actually helped me go through it. Those things was making me wake up every morning and having the, you know, the strength to fight and make it, because I was just like, it is not because I'm Black that I'm not going to be successful. Like, what is you talking about?
100%.
So exactly.
Why is that even a thing?
Exactly. But you know, things happen, and you know, things happen.
Okay, while we're there. Okay, so obviously you're not originally from America, but you've been in here. 2020 has been a crazy year for American culture, and it's been a progressive year for Black culture. So I already told you before we started this, I stalked your Instagram, and when you were posting about Black Lives Matter, I was living for it, like the era I live, because you're just direct. So tell me what it's like advocating for Black Lives Matter here in the U.S., you know, at this time. I know it's an issue around the world, but like, how do you feel, you know, being here?
Okay, so I would start by saying this whole thing was so new to me, and it was so raw, and it was so painful, because I never really got to leave this situation like this right in front of my face. You know what I mean? Where I come from in Senegal, we're all Black. We're all African. No matter how light you are, no matter how dark you are, there's no like, oh, like, you know what I mean? So, you know, for me to just come out here and everything just like was right there on my face, I was like, what is this? What kind of world are we living in? And so it was painful, and just living in the middle of Hollywood, everything, all the process was happening right in front of my face. And I'm out here, you know, without my family, so that as well was counting as like something that was really, really, really heavy on me. So I was like, at the end of the day, I am Black, just like all these people that are being killed on the street. I can't be silent about it. I was just like, I need to use my platform to talk about this situation. I need to speak out about it. And so, you know, when I did, a lot of people took it in a wrong way. Like some people was like, oh, you need to be transparent because you are gonna lose a lot of brand deals, or you need to be transparent because this, you need to be transparent because that. And I'm like, what do you mean I need to be transparent about supporting and standing up for my kind? I don't understand that. That's when something came up in my mind, and I actually wrote, you know, I actually did a whole process of making a song that speak about it. And I cannot wait to drop that. I cannot wait to drop that.
And I'm excited about that. Yes, we're ready for, and it's weird because I'm excited to hear your voice, your sound on your own, because I know that you have said that like your feel is R&B. It's very like, you know, soulful. You can feel it, you know. So I'm excited to see that versus the pop Diarra that we've been seeing. You know, you have a beautiful voice, but what would you kind of describe as like the vibe that you're going for?
Okay, so I would say, you know, a lot of people are going to be surprised.
Okay.
Because I love R&B.
Yes.
I live for R&B.
Yes.
That's all I listen to. But what I'm trying to go for is something that is going to make people forget about all their troubles.
Okay.
And all you would want to do is just dance.
Yes,
just
feel good dance music.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's not like noisy, want to dance type of stuff, but it's more like you feel it. It's just so natural that you just want to move, you want to dance, you just want to forget about the drama and just feel good. You know what I mean?
No,
so that's what I'm going for. And even if, you know, this song that I'm making is speaking about, you know, the Black people, Black empowerment and all of that, it's in a good way.
Yeah.
In a sassy way, in a nice way, in a classy way.
Yeah.
That's how I like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just feel like this song is going to be incredible. I can't wait for it to drop, honestly.
I'm excited for
It's called
you.
Set Free, by the way.
Set Free.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. I'm ready to be set free.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so while we're here, we're talking about LA. You live in LA. I live in LA. We work in the industry. Okay, so one thing that I struggle with in the industry is genuine people. So, and I saw that little side eye.
Oh,
okay,
gosh.
no, but real talk. Okay, so when I met you, and this is what I mean of like, I met you and I was like, yo, this girl is real lit. Like we exchanged numbers, exchanged Instagrams, we had a vibe, it was cool. And I was like, she's a real person. I really liked you. I can't say the same about everybody that I meet. Oh, thank you.
Same.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, but how do you, and it's different for me because I'm married with a dog. I can come inside and not have to say hi to nobody, but you are young and you're on the scene. So how do you deal with friendships and, you know, meeting people and navigating the industry where people are not so real?
You know, at the end of the day, I feel like people don't really have superpower to read into people's mind or know, you know, who's genuine, who's not.
Girl, I
you
be
know.
feeling it. I be feeling it.
I know. I've been feeling it. That's the instinct. But at the end of the day, I just go with my gut. That's it. Because, you know, I'm a genuine person. I love meeting people. I love meeting new people. I love learning new culture, learning new everything. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, until you show me otherwise, I am not really going to be like, you know, afraid of getting into you or knowing you or meeting you, etc. So at the end of the day, you know, even if after meeting you and, you know, getting along with you, something happened, I take the good side of it, you know what I mean, and learn from it. And, you know, I would never be trapped again into meeting someone who's like you, because I would know that, ooh, that happened to me last time, so I know how to, you know, approach this person. But it is hard, especially when you're young, like trying to figure out who's who, who's not, you know, so that's the reason why I don't really be looking for true friendship. That's not what I'm looking for. When I meet somebody, I meet you as a person, and then the time, you know, just make it a form. It's either we end up as real friends, or we end up as friends, or we end up as, we know each other,
associates.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, like, I don't really be looking for friends. Oh, I need friends, or I need this and that, because the only friend I have is my mom. She's the only one I talk to. She's the only one I can tell everything without having second, you know, thoughts of like, oh, she could go and say this to this person or to that. You know what I mean? So I'm thankful for having her in my life, to be honest.
Good. I'm gonna ask, and I already know you're gonna, literally your face is probably gonna be like, what? Dating.
Okay.
How is that for you?
So, to be perfectly honest with you, I never had a boyfriend until January of last year.
Okay.
I had my first boyfriend. At first, he was good, but then, you know, I was just like, I think I'm still a kid, and I am not ready for this.
Yeah.
It was just
Was he a little bit older than you?
Yes.
Yeah,
he was older than me.
You seem mature, so you would seem like you would date mature people.
Yes.
Okay.
So he was older than me. He had a lot of experience about dating and everything, which I never had. So I didn't know what to experience or what to, you know, wait for, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just kind of, liked the vibe with him. And so I was like, okay, you're my boyfriend, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait a minute, I don't think I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
I'm not ready.
That's a big deal though. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
And then, I was just like, I think I'd rather focus on my career and in things that I want to do, because when you meet somebody and you realize that you have so much confidence, because sometimes having a lot of confidence can offend people, you know what I mean? Because you would want to be free and go out there and do your thing, do what you do. And if the person don't really understand your side, they can't really support you in that. You know what I mean?
It makes them feel insecure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, just for me, my mental health and my health as a person, I was just like, I'd rather, hold off on relationships for a minute and focus on me, my work, and get to know more about myself before even involving somebody else in my life. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So for now, I am not dating nobody.
I am single.
I am single.
Good. Well, you're 19.
I'm 19.
So there's no rush.
Yes,
Trust
not
me,
at all.
Literally no rush.
Yep.
Okay, paint a picture for me. If you could paint a picture of your career at its highest in all of its glory, what would it look like?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I want to know where you want to go. What are your dreams? Like, are you trying to be, bigger than Beyonce? Like, are you, like, where are we going?
I am definitely trying to be bigger than her.
Okay,
period.
Come on, paint the picture for me. I'm like, we're touring, sold out shows.
Yes, no, I am definitely going for that. Sold out shows, big venues, huge stadiums, very, very, very big and known and loved artists. That's what I'm going for. But most of all, I'm going for somebody who's fighting for what's right. I'm going for somebody who stand up for her people, her kind, people who need help, people who are out here like struggling, you know what I mean? So I want to make it for those people. I want to show them that it is possible. You know what I mean? There's a lot of black girls, black boys, black people, period, in general out there, and they're scared to even step up and do anything because of, the stereotypes and how people would take it and what people would say, or how people would just come up to you because you're black. And I just feel like at the end of the day, it is pretty hard for black people, but it's still possible. Yeah. It's still possible. And as long as you believe it, as long as you fight for it, you're gonna make it. So I'm doing all of that to be successful. That's right, but I'm also doing all of that to show those people out there that it's possible and you can make it.
Okay. Okay, so I'm blown away by you, always and forever. But let's go to a little bit more of a vulnerable side, because I know that you're very strong, but I also know that there's times where we like all have our like vulnerable breakdowns, as we talked about earlier. So what happens whenever you feel like discouraged or lonely, or like what do you do?
So that's a really good question, because it is so hard for me to reach out to my friends when like,
because you're the strong friend.
Exactly. I'm the one people reach out.
Oh my gosh, yes you did.
So
Exactly. Facts.
Exactly. And so I'm so good at giving people advices and helping them in their life. But for me, like, I'm just like, you know what I mean? And then when situations like that happen, the only person I can talk to is my mom. She's my mom. She, it's just like, I can't really describe how my mom is. All I can say is she's an angel. She is the only person I can talk to. She's the only person who can calm me down. She's the only person who can give me reason. Like, you know what I mean? And so it just makes me feel so good to speak with her about my issues, about what's going on. But sometimes it is hard to explain to her issues that are going on in my professional life. Because it's not everything that she can understand, especially not that when she's not present, in your professional life and what you're doing out here. She's out there in Senegal, and so all I can, speak with her about is, small problems that she can give me advice for and everything. But when it comes to professionally, like getting into like problems or like, oh my gosh, I'm disappointed or I'm heartbroken about certain situations, my manager over there, Cameron, just speak with him. He give me reason. He tell me what to do, what not to, how to approach situations, how not to. So I'm grateful for those people.
I love that. You obviously have a great management team. You obviously have a great support system. I'm at this point where I'm like, I don't see even a possible way of you not being like successful in this industry. Like I don't see it.
Oh gosh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like I just see you like going like higher and higher and higher and doing, you know, everything that you say you want to do.
Amen.
No, like
Amen.
it's weird because it's like, you know how some people are like, oh, you know, this industry's so hard. But I don't see it being hard for you. I feel like the doors will just open.
Well, I hope so,
Yeah.
and amen for that. That's really sweet of you to say that. But at the end of the day, I am not gonna say that like I'm 100% just like confident and super like sure that this is gonna be what I want. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I am Muslim. I believe in God. All I can do is pray and work really hard and sit and wait for it.
How do people support you? And I don't mean like fans. I mean like people that love you and care about you. How do you allow them to support you? Because you have this demeanor of like, I got it all together. I don't need nobody's help. I am good. Everybody, don't worry. You know what I'm saying? So I'm over here like, okay, she got it all together. But like, how do people support you?
So I go with my parent approval, which, you know, makes me feel comfortable about what I do because she understands. And, you know, I got friends who are, you know, helping me out, like, you know, telling me this is good, this is, you know, I want you to change this, I want you to do this and this and that. And I love that. I love when people tell me how they feel. And that's why I always ask. I'll be always like, listen, I want you to tell me, you know, what you think about this or what you think about that. And you know, I just take everything because everything people say, there is this side of like truth that you can take and add on you to make things better for yourself. So, yep, there's a lot of support and a lot of non-support, but I take from both sides.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're a superhuman. I don't, like, I'm like, how did, like, seriously, like, the criticism that comes with, like, and you have so much more followers on Instagram than I do, but even that, like, I'll get criticism and I'm like, so thrown off. Like, I'm like, why are people so, you know, crazy? Like, you know?
But, you know, for that, because, you know, the more followers you have, the more haters you have as well, because not all of my followers are 100% with me, you know what I mean? So, but I know the fans, I know the ones who was there from day one, and I know the ones who, you know, support what I do and love what I do. But for people who actually, like, you know, send some hate comments and everything, you know, because sometimes I see it, but I'm just like, I understand where they're coming from. I do. Like, if I say that I don't understand where they're coming from, I'll be lying because...
What does that mean, though?
Okay.
Like, are you saying they comment and then you're like, okay, I can see where you're coming from. That shade. Like, are you saying, like, they're hurt people?
I would not say they're hurt people, but I would say, you know, some people would, like, envy you. Some people would love to be at your place. Some people would love to be able to do what you're doing, go to places you went to, or meet people you met. And they don't have that possibility. And so the only way for them to express how hurt they are about the situation is to send hate to you so that they can try to discourage you.
Yes.
But for me to understand that that cannot discourage me, but instead it gives me way more strength to actually keep going. You know, I'm just like, whatever, like, okay, you can hate some other people's love, so I don't really care, you know.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
My last question, I want to know, and I feel like I already know the answer, but I want to know, do you consider yourself successful?
Not yet.
Not yet. Tell me why.
Okay, so I don't want to consider myself as successful yet because I'm a person, I am never satisfied enough about what I do. Yeah. You know, I'm a perfectionist. Everything I do, I realize that I can do better, and I always trying to learn. I'm always trying to, you know, make things better. Yes. Everything I do, I just realize that I could do better. Like, so I never consider myself as successful. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet.
Well, I'm so grateful that you came and sat down with me. I'm so excited to be sharing, you know, everything that you're doing moving forward. For all of you watching, she will be releasing her new song very soon. So make sure that you go and you follow her so that you can support. For everybody else, I love you guys so much. Babies, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another 2 weeks for another episode of The Penthouse.
Bye.
That's a wrap.
Woo! That was so much fun.
Girl, I was like, what?
Thank you so much for having me.